This is a training video for the Phonovisual Chart. I'm Donald Potter, and my websites I'd like to invite you to visit are www.donpotter.net and www.blendphonics.org. In learning to read, there are 5 basic elements. They are phonemic awareness, phonics, vocabulary development, fluency, comprehension. The Phonovisual Chart can be used with any reading program for the first 2 elements, phonemic awareness and phonics. The vowel chart has 18 squares that have a picture and some letters in them, representing the 18 vowel sounds in English. The chart is of universal application. In other words, I use it with my Blend Phonics program, but I have used it with numerous other programs, and it can be used with any reading program because it's of universal application. They did not develop any readers with this program because they wanted it to be universal, not specific to any one set of readers. You can use any kind of readers. Let's take a look at the and what I like about this is once you learn it, you can use it the rest of your life. You never have to use another phonics or phonemic awareness program to teach reading. Even if you're teaching another reading program, you can use these 2 charts. I believe they should be in the front of every kindergarten and first grade classroom in America. You can order them, by the way, from Blend Phonics or www.blendphonics.org. The first row, let's take a look at it. The first row, and by the way, if you're a boy or a girl learning to read, you can listen to this audio right here, this training, which really is for adults, but you can listen to it and teach yourself this chart and actually more or less teach yourself to read. Here we go. The first row are long vowels, and the picture contains the vowel sound. So the first word is picture is of a cake, and the sound that we're learning to associate with the A dash E is A. Notice underneath we have AY and AI. Those are called secondary spellings, and the A dash E is the primary spelling. So the darker, larger letters on this chart are primary spellings, and the ones at the bottom are secondary spellings. We focus on the primary spellings, but we teach both. The dash there, that little line between the A and the E, tells us that we can put a consonant in there. So for example, if I put a T in there, I would have A, T, E. And since it's the A sound, the word's going to be 8. We could put a B on the front and a K after the A, and we would have bake. The same thing, the AY, we can have, for example, put an L, we have the word lay, and with the AI, if we put it between a P and a D, we would have paid. Okay? So that's how those lines work. So we're going to go straight across, and we're going to move pretty fast. You can listen to the tape or the video over and over again in order to learn these sounds if you're a student trying to learn to read. So we have cake A, tree E, 5 I, rose O, and mule U. A, E, I, O, U. Those are the long vowels. The next row are the short vowels. And we simply say, for example, cat, and you can hear the ah in cat, ah. Notice the 2 lines, or dashes. in front and after the A right there. If we put a T at the end, we have at. And if we put a B at the beginning and a T at the end, we have bat. So those two lines represent consonants that we can put in there. And when you have a vowel followed by a consonant, it's going to be the short sound. If there's an E at the end, it'll be the long sound. And if there's just a consonant at the end, that'll be the short sound. So we have cat, a, bed, fish, top, and duck, a, I, I'd like to mention that the Phonovisual company also has inexpensive flashcards, and the flashcards are have the picture on one side, or well, if you're looking at the front of the card, it's all on one side and nothing on the back. But on one side you have a picture of a cake, and then the other side of the front of the card you have the A and the E, for example. And the students learn, you can first teach phonemic awareness even without the letters simply by showing the pictures. For example, cake, A, and then when you show the AE and the cake together, they make an association or a connection there, a link between the two. And then you can eventually eliminate the picture, cover it up, and just show the AE, and they'll automatically be able to associate the sound A with the picture. And psychologists call that clue reduction. The clue is the cake, and you associate it with the letters, and then you reduce or do away with the clue, and then they just see the letters and they'll know it. And you'll be amazed how rapid even kindergartners can pick this up and learn it. And this should be taught before we actually began to teach reading. Students that know this chart well will learn to read with very little problem. Now we have all of the sounds below the long sounds, the short sounds, and then the ones below are called the other vowels. And notice that in the columns, the A, there's an A all the way down. So we have AW, and we say saw, all. And we have the secondary spellings, AU and ALL is an all. Next is car, R. Going over to the double O, we have two double O's. Double O means two O's. We have a moon, oo. We have a book, cow, ow. And notice again, you have a primary spelling and a secondary spelling. Boy, oi, primary, secondary spelling. By the way, the OW and the OY are used at the end of words, and the secondary spelling, OU and the OI, are used inside of words. Then we have or of fork, or. Notice those all have a O in them all the way up the whole column. And then our last one is of fur. It's a little harder because it has different spellings, like you have UR, ER, IR, and OR. So when you're reading, you'll have to, well, when you spell, you'll have to remember which one of these is by memorizing it. So there you have it, the Phonovisual Chart. You can buy these as wall charts, or very, very, very inexpensive. I buy several packs at a time. You can buy them 8.5 by 11 color charts like this one. And so again, this is Don Potter with donpotter.net and blendphonics.org, and learn this chart and you will become a very good reader.